is Linda here with my favorite wonderful guy, Ralph Schlitz, and this is my husband. And I've been talking about my new book that's coming out, Three No Fail Life Habits, right? Three No Fail Life Habits. It is the 3G method to rewire and transform your brain, body, and spirit. And I wanted Ralph here today because without him, I wouldn't have known anything about this whole process and why it works so well. So I wanted him to share with you today where this whole thing came from and why are we using it every day. So go for it.
Morning, everybody. Glad to be here. The three G's came about when I went to treatment back in 2008 out in California at a place called Pacific Hills. And every morning when we got up and we all got together, we started out our day with the three G's, meaning what are we thankful for, grateful for rather, something that we're good at, and then our goal for the day. And one of the things is that if you can't think of anything, and this is so important, you can say the same thing the next day. That's all right. And maybe you have to say it for a couple days. Or you'll come back, I know I have, and you repeat it weeks later because your mind just works in different ways. I try to come up with something different, but it doesn't always happen. So that's where it came from. And then when I came back home, Linda and I were running Ranlin homes, facilities for people in recovery who were homeless. We started out for veterans. Um, Many were addicted to alcohol, drugs. But this is also for any addiction of any kind, whether you have a food addiction or you're overweight like myself. Um, it works for anything. So um, it's been something that has been very good. Linda, I know, uses it in her counseling sessions and in her coaching sessions, and it's helped a lot of people.
Well, we started a group 6 years ago almost on Facebook. Talk
Yes.
about that for a minute and what do you get out of it and why do you do it every day?
Well, I do it every day because it helps me a real lot. It helps start my day out in the right frame of mind. Um, it helps other people who are in this group, and what they say touches me and can help me. So you can't just say, well, nobody's going to look at this and it's not going to help anybody, and why am I doing it? That's not true. You never know what a person says that's going to help another person.
Yeah, exactly. And that we are doing it online for our own accountability, but also to support others. And I know some people, like our friend Curtis, who was part of our home years ago, and now he and his son and daughter in law live in California, and he is on there every day. And it matters. It matters to us that all of our years of doing what God called us to do makes a difference. Now, this whole concept of gratitude, I think we are a very entitled society, at least in America. And since our friend Saul Gill, he's an evangelist from Pakistan who brings in children who are homeless or who have issues and supports them, as well as my friend Sam Daniel, Pastor Sam Daniel from India, who actually invited me to do this live on Saturdays 5 years ago in October. I can't believe it. It's been that long. And he is an evangelist and Bible teacher and pastor in India. And these men and their families and their friends, they don't have what we have. And I know you've heard my story a million times about the toilet paper, But we were just talking with someone last night about the day you sat on the back steps and I was not happy with him. Remember what you said?
Yeah, we had moved into this house and we weren't living here very long. And I said, I was really tired. I was fed up. And what has God done for me lately? Well, that didn't sit well with Linda at all. And she said, "What has God done for you lately?" She said, "We have this beautiful house we now live in. Your kids are living with us. Uh, my daughter is visiting all the time." She said, "We have two cars and they're both paid for. They aren't brand new, but they run without any difficulties. And you have friends that you didn't have before. And how can you sit here and say God hasn't done anything for you?"
Yeah, we really don't look around and see what we have to offer. But the one thing that I know I talk about, Ralph's like, oh my gosh, you have to talk about this, whole bodily functions thing all the time. But we both have intestinal disorders. And aren't we grateful for toilet paper?
Yes, the good stuff.
We are good for the good stuff. He doesn't like that one ply paper stuff. It's too hard. And so we get good at being grateful for the things that we don't have. Now, when I was working on this book, around Thanksgiving, we took on a challenge. Remember what we were doing in the living room to see how many things we could put? Because I hear this all the time. People are like, I don't have any things to be grateful for. Or I don't have any things. I'm going to put these up here so you see the three things that we have. I don't have anything that I'm good at. So we got the grateful for. This is the first one. And you'll see my ticker along the bottom. That is the name of my new book. You can go to that website, get signed up, download a free first chapter, which is Ralph's story of how he came to needing to go to treatment after I said, you relapse again and you're out of here. Well, yeah, that didn't work. You're out of here. You're going to treatment to get better. And he did. And it's been 2000, how many years?
Since 2000, it'll be
17.
18 years come October 8th.
Yes. So we're pretty excited about that. And so, what we're grateful for is the first one that we need to talk about. So, remember though, at Thanksgiving when we tried to come up with that list because people can't think of it?
Oh, that was we came up with a lot of things.
What we need to do, because I hear this, we decided to put in the book 300, and here's the book, I just got it this week, literally 365 things to be grateful for. Let's just take a look at what are those, some of those are, because I also did 365 things that you're good at and 365 things.
I said she just had to come up with some. I didn't know she was going to have 365 for each one.
So let's just go through the first, let's just say 10, and see if you are not grateful for these, then fine. You don't ever have to put that down on your gratitude list. But we would love for you to join us on Speak to Me God, I'm Listening on Facebook group, Speak to Me God, I'm Listening. And you can join us because we do this every morning. It comes out at like midnight. And Brother Saul's always the first one, and we're like, why is that? Oh, because he's 11 hours ahead of us. So he always puts on there, and the rest of us, some of us don't post until like 8 o'clock at night because I forget to do it in the morning. But here's the first one. Family. Moms, dads, siblings, grandparents. Now, I know some of you did not have great family life growing up. But come on now. Can't you think of one thing over the course of your life that you have. How about your life? You would not have a life without your family, without your parents. How about friends? You got us. If you didn't think you had friends, just message us. We're your friends. How about your health? Oh, I'm sick all the time. But are you here? If you're here and you're listening to this or you're watching this, and I'm sorry I don't know sign language, but you've got health that is better than a lot of people. Do you have a home to live in? Or a tent? Or a bridge to sleep under? I mean, that sounds awful, but some people don't even have that. They're out in the middle of the desert or in the monsoon like they are in Pakistan right now. Do you have clean water? Some people don't. Brother Gill just said, please, can anyone help me? The monsoons have come. They have standing water only. They can't even get to the store, and they can't afford to be buying water even if they could get to the store, or it's sold out. Be grateful. Hygiene products like toilet paper, but also things like shampoo and
Deodorant.
deodorant and things like that. You read the next one.
Next one is freedom. Here in America we have a lot of freedoms, but in some countries they don't have any freedom. So we should be grateful for that. Education. Uh, Many of us don't like the fact that we had to go to school or anything, but without our education, where would we be? All the things that we've learned, and education continues to this day with everything.
Well, like right now, we're on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, and Instagram was too much of a hassle today to do that, and TikTok. I can't do this on TikTok, but I had to learn this. And how did I learn this? By somebody else educating me on how to do this. And thank God for StreamYard that does this all at once. These are things that those people, and we're going to talk about what are you good at, somebody did this. Like we are. We're teaching you. We are educating you today on how to change your life and your brain. It makes a difference. Okay.
Okay, number 9, love. Now, that's a good one. We think that there are people that don't love us or that nobody loves us because we had a terrible childhood, whatever. But we got to remember, God is always there and always loves us no matter what we do.
Oh, great point. Great point. And love doesn't have to be blood. I mean, it doesn't have to be our family. Here's something that I learned when I was taking my neuro-linguistic programming certification. And he said that all behavior is well-intentioned. Oh, that was hard to hear. But even people who are rude, even family members who seem judgmental, parents and family are usually there, not even if it's shame. Back in the day, didn't our parents use shame to get us motivated?
Not in my family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, my mother did quite a bit.
yeah, like, because, yeah. And they do, and that's something that was the norm. Shame on you. Don't be doing that. And we do it to our dogs, don't we? Shame on you, naughty boy. Yeah, we learn that from somewhere, and it's not helpful. It's much more helpful when we build people up in love. And last one there.
Number 10 is nature. You know, Thankful for nature. You look outside and you see like we're looking out Linda's window right now, and I see the plants along Lori's home, and I see the tree next to our house and the other houses, and and rabbits running around out there. There are a
And
lot of
see these?
things, and the roses that I gave Linda, which are kind of dying now, but
They were beautiful. Yeah. So nature, that's just 10 of 365. So don't give me any excuses that you don't have anything to be grateful for, because it's all in the book. Granted, you can't buy that until August 12th of 2026. But if you're looking at this anytime after that, it's in the book. You can go online, download it very reasonably, especially if you show up at our book launch at 7:30 Central Standard Time on the 12th. I'm knocking off $5 off this book, so it'll only be $12.99. And I don't have the ebook or the Kindle book out yet. That'll be after this. And eventually I will have the downloadable, what's the voice one? Audible. I'll have the Audible out too for those of you ADD people like me who don't read, which I've heard a lot of this week. I don't read. I can't focus enough. So I will have an Audible book out as well. But if you don't read, please come buy one. Help me to get to the bestseller list so that I get free advertising. Not so I can have a big head. I'm about, I'm a cheapskate, right, Ralph?
Yeah.
Yes. I'd rather save money and go on vacation or something fun rather than paying Amazon stuff. So I want you to do that. Okay, so we got the grateful covered. The second G is what, Ralph?
What we're good at.
What we're good at. And what are you good at?
Listening to you.
Or else.
I'm good at having patience. I've been blessed with that almost all my life. And where other people get upset about things really quick, I do not get that way anymore. That happened back in '96 when it really took hold, and that's when I first came into AA. And through that, I was able to get a lot of patience. Um, I'm good at organization of things. However, my wife will tell you when I first met her, and she said, well, I really don't want to get in a relationship. And I said, that's fine. And she said, well, you don't understand. I'm really, really messy. I was over at her house, and she had just moved in. I had helped her move in with some other people. And I said, well, I can help you organize. And she said, you don't understand. I said, oh, it's not a problem. Well, here we are 30 years later, and it's a problem.
And he's not helping, I'll let you know. No, he does. If I ever need a bill or our taxes or something, it's like, what happened to this? Is it in a pile? Nope, filed in my file. Go under the letters and you'll find it. And he is very good at that. But nobody can keep up with me. I mean, that's the truth. I have a guy that's helping me with my launch right now. And part of his job, as I hired him to do, is to keep me organized. He's like, well, I'm just going to make a list. And when you do everything, cross it off your list. I'm like, no, you need to tell me what to do every day. And you need to follow up on that and make sure I've done it. I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work. That seems to a lot of people to be irresponsible. And I should be able to do things. But part of this, what am I good at, is also acknowledging our character defects or our mental health defects or our learning challenges, is that we're not all good at everything, which is why we need each other. We need each other to support one another and do things that the other person doesn't have in their wheel well. We grew up very differently. I'm a farm girl that didn't have an option to work. I go, 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 and I'm a cheapskate because we didn't have money to buy stuff. Ralph, on the other hand, though his mom wasn't working they had a cleaning lady that came in. And he didn't have to do a whole lot, did you? Let's be honest. Come on.
Well, I couldn't do it good enough, so it didn't make any difference.
There we go. There's that criticism. So when you don't feel good enough, it's really hard to reach your goals, which is why I do the 3G method, why it's a method, why you've got to do what am I grateful for, and then say what am I good at, and then I mean, I think I have thought at times that this is a little bit backwards, but the goals is the next thing. If I have a goal, if I don't look at, I'm grateful I have the opportunity, like laundry is always a problem with me. I'm grateful I've got clothes to wash and a washer and dryer to put them in, and I can afford to buy soap for them, and I've got electricity. So I look at the gratitude first. Then I go down, put them in the washing machine. Boy, I am good at doing what I need to do and getting these clothes down there. Yay, good for me. My next goal is to set an alarm, come down, and put them in the dryer. I go through that whole process because it changes my brain chemistry. It goes, yay, I got it done. But you got to become your own best cheerleader, or you're not going to get enough dopamine and all the other chemicals that will help you to feel good about yourself. You've got to wrap that around and do those things. Now, I also recognize that I get busy because I'm the one still working 20, 30, sometimes 40 hours a week. Ralph's retired. So there's no reason why he can't step up and say, hey, I put your laundry in, or hey, your laundry's in the other room, or hey, I'll be glad to help you put it on hangers. He's more going in my closet, well, not so much, but he's willing to help. That's what we need to do. We need to be willing to help one another. One thing Ralph started doing, and I'm so grateful, is I didn't ask him, but each week I always read from my book, Speak to Me, God, I'm Listening, 365 daily meditations for those who want to hear God answer life's toughest questions. Ralph has just started reading this on his Facebook page, so please go to Ralph Schlitz and look up the Facebook page because he reads from this every day. So I am going to give it to him today to do what I do, which is just to page through it, not look at it. And you might think that I've got this stacked. This isn't his book. He doesn't have it stacked. So you do that. You go through it and see if God will give us something that fits today's message. Let's just check it out.
Okay, September 10th. What is your obsession today? Step 1. Admitted we were powerless over our dependencies, that our lives had become unmanageable. The challenge. Some people may think that recovery is all about alcohol and drugs, but it is about living life with the challenges that come with it and remaining in a state of peace through it. We all have addictions and compulsions at times. Perhaps it is social media, television, food, a relationship, work, gambling, sex, pornography, gaming, cleaning, or anything that gets us off track to do God's will. Unmanageability is when we recognize we have a problem and then continue to do it anyway, even when we have decided to stop or cut down. Are we willing to admit that we have issues that we have not managed well? Hope. As a dog returns to its vomit, so a fool repeats his folly. From Proverbs 26:11. In prayer. God, help me to admit and stop the foolishness that brings me into a state of unrest because I haven't yet stopped doing what I know is not good for me. Speak to me, God. My child, it is foolish to go against my plan for you. My plan is perfect, and I will bring you peace and joy you have never known. You continue to seek out happiness in other places and other ways based on the world's view of what entices mankind. You have gotten caught up in the world's lies, and it is time for you to stop and return to what you know is the path that will bring you a sense of integrity and hope. My way is not foolish, and neither is the serenity you will experience when you live in it. Response: God, today I will not be foolish in my choices. I will do my best to walk in your ways.
Wow. It always connects. And for me, the connection today is looking at the goal. I mean, what was the goal in there? And what was our goal? What did we met? Why? What was our goal?
Well, when we met in a bad corner of a meeting where I'd been to court and you had been to court, and we just wanted a better life for both of us. Because we had stopped, using, or we thought we had stopped using, and we did, and we just wanted to live life better and turn it over to God.
So that was our goal. Our
Yeah.
goal was to stay sober, stay clean, and have a better life. And so, did we have gratitude for being in that room?
Well, at that point, no. The gratitude for me being in that room came later.
After you met me.
Oh, after I met you and a lot of other times after that.
Well, and that's why some people say I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic or addict, because we learn that it was through the trials and tribulations that we found God in a way that we hadn't known Him before, to rely on Him to help us overcome those things that had messed up our life. So whether or not it's alcohol, drugs, tobacco, vaping,
Food.
food. Food is tough for us. It's that addiction we've both battled for a long time. Could be gambling. I just spoke. It was so funny. I just spoke at a casino. That is where they had the big event, and there was a table there of different vendors, and one of them was those with gambling addictions. I'm like, great place to sit in the middle of a place where that's what it's all about, is gambling. And man, there were people there, and they were drunker than drunk and putting their money in the slots. And yes, addiction gets us in all kinds of ways. Could be social media, where now we're not getting our goals done to feed the kids or to go to work or to do whatever. We need goals, and we need to accept that we are good at stuff. We have to be grateful, and life is good. So I really want you to consider getting my book, Three No Fail Life Habits. You can download a free copy of the first chapter, which is Ralph's story, and the URL is 3nofaillifehabits.com. To get that, it'll also get you signed up to attend our launch on the 12th of August at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, where I'm going to give away a book. I'm going to give away one of my Speak to Me God, I'm Listening books. I am going to give away a Amazon gift card, and I'm going to give away a coaching series on how to actually implement the 3 Gs if you want to change your life. I don't guarantee much, because guarantees are hard, but I guarantee you that if you want to make a change, this thing works. It actually works. So I want you to look at that, and I want you to let go of your crazy notions that you're not good enough and that nothing is going to work. You've got to let go of things and let God. So thank you so much for watching. Let's pray, which I forgot to do in the beginning. Thank you, Lord, for all the people that are watching. I thank you for my husband. I thank you for social media. I thank you for the opportunity to do that. I thank you for all the people that have been watching, which are more than anybody I've had before, and that Ralph was willing to be on here for me. Thank you for my team of people that are helping me to do this launch, and for Amazon to put this book out there so people can be changed. And I'm so grateful, Lord. Thank you so much in Jesus' name. Amen. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless.